Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the YJ Windmill cube and Axis cube. Now, so this is what their boxes kind of look like. Wait, why are there cubes inside? Alright, so starting with the Axis cube. So both these cubes, when they came out of the box, they were like really stiff and funny to turn, if that makes sense. But after I started using them, I did a couple, I don't know, around 10 solves. And now they're actually pretty nice to turn. Like, the feeling is not, I'm hesitant to say sandy, but it has this click, click, click. It's kind of like the YJ 6x6. I don't know if it's like some sort of YJ tradition to make it clicky. That just sounds weird. But the thing is, it's just sandy-ish, but it has pretty smooth turning overall. It's stickered. I think there is a stickerless version, but I got it in stickered. The corner cutting's pretty average. It doesn't reverse corner cut, but it does corner cut quite well. I don't think you can change the tensions, but it's pretty loose in a good way. And like I said before, it does get better the more you solve it. And later I'll be doing a demo solve, but I can tell you that it's basically the same thing as the Master Morphix, but just a tad little different. Alright, now let's get on to the Windmill cube. Alright, I really don't have much to say about this one. It's literally the same thing as the other cube. It feels the same way. So yeah, it feels the same way, but corner cutting is a little bit better. This one is kind of like the opposite. It doesn't have any reverse cutting, but it has pretty good corner cutting. And it also kind of depends on where you're doing it. For example, here, so last time I was trying it, and it had some spots where it had pretty good reverse corner cutting. But again, this one started off a little sandy, and then the more I used it, the smoother it got. And I didn't even put much lube into it yet, and I think it's just like the lube they have inside breaking in. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few demo solves and let's get on to it. Alright, so just to make it clear, it's not going to be that detailed. It's not going to be a tutorial. I might make a tutorial in the future. So step 1, make the white cross. It's basically the same thing as the 3x3 white cross, but you have to make sure the centers. So if I put this center in like this is not matched up, so it's wrong. So what I can do is move this center, turn it like this, and then put it in. This will work. And now you just solve the rest of the white cross. Oh, wow, I can't talk. Alright, so here we have the white cross, and now we want to put the corner pieces in. So, yeah. Okay, so now we have an entire white side solved, or white layer since the sides are also solved. And honestly, you can use F2L, but just for demo purposes, I'm not. And now I'm going to work on a middle layer. And if you haven't, if you didn't tell already, this is basically a 3x3, so yeah. Alright, so now we have 2 layers solved. And now it's for, it's not the tougher part, I would say, but now it's basically OLL, so I'm going to do OLL. And finally, we have PLL. Now, this is the part that's harder than usual because it's hard to see which PLL you have, as in, like, what is this? I can't really tell, and I do know all of the PLLs pretty well. So some better solvers might be able to recognize it. But what I do is just do the corners first and then do the edges as in the beginner's method. So yeah, I see that this corner matches, so I'm going to, and then I'm going to do the algorithms which is an A-perm, until all of them match. And there is a way to do this. I don't know why I'm doing it randomly. Alright, so now that all of the corners match, I'm going to do the U-perms to permutate the last few edges. So let's see. And there you go, we have a solved windmill. And I did do the wrong U-perm, and you have to do each U-perm twice since this center gets twisted, which you can't see on a 3x3. So yeah, that took me longer than usual. Oh, and M moves are also hard to do, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, so this is the windmill cube. Pretty good quality. I mean, like really good quality. And the feeling is pretty good. Now I'm going to move on to the, call it axis cube? Yeah, axis cube. I have problems remembering these things, names. Alright, so I have scrambled my windmill. Wait, did I just call it windmill? My axis cube. And so I'm gonna start by making the white frost. And so I think these are actually the edge pieces. This is the corner piece, and these are the center pieces. So it's a little bit weird to solve. What I want to do is find all the white edges and just insert them, such as this one, like this. And now I just have to do the same thing with all the rest of edges. Alright, so this is the part that's kind of different from normal 3x3 solving. So this is the edge and this is the centers, the center. So it doesn't match, which is a problem. And so first we want to move it so that these are red. So I'm gonna move it to here. So this side is actually red, and now these are the ones that don't match. What I want to do is move the centerpiece out and adjust this piece so that it matches, and move it back down so that it is smooth. And I repeat that until I have my white frost is done. Alright, so now we have the done white frost, or white green frost, but that sounds wrong. What we want to do now is put in the corners here. So I see that this corner fits here, so I'm going to move it in and repeat it for all the rest. And by the way, these weird triangle things are actually corners. So yeah. Alright, so now we have all of the corners done. We are done with the bottom layer, which seems like more than one layer. But anyways, now we have to put in the edges. So these are also edges, and I know there's like 3 different types of edges. Or 2. Alright, so now we have the bottom 2 layers done, which seems like the entire cube. Ta-da. Alright, so lastly, we have the top layer, which is quite easy. If you've solved the master morphics, you know basically what this is. And so what we want to do is just fit these where they belong. So I have the blues here and the yellows here. Now what I see is that most of these are twisted. So I'm going to do the FRURU or RUR prime U prime, and until one of them is at least good. And then our goal is to have this entire like X on top, I guess you can say. And so yeah, that's what you're trying to get. Alright, so now we have this kind of like an X on top, but we have this part that is twisted. Now this is quite an easy thing to fix. You just keep on doing this algorithm. And I'm not displaying all the algorithms because this is not a tutorial, and yeah. So now we have this streak thing going on. Lastly, we have to orient all the corners. Well, second to last. We have to put all the corners in their right place. And now that can be done with another algorithm. And I am basically using the 3x3 beginners method because that's what's the most useful way or easiest way to do shape mods of the 3x3. Except for some, like the windmill cube, which I did use the normal CFOP-ish method. But now we have to twist these corners. And now that can be done with a simple algorithm that's kind of like RUR prime U, but upside down. Alright, now we have this corner done. We'll move it to this corner and do the same thing again. And there you go. We have a solved axis cube. And that is that. These cubes are pretty good. And now that I'm picking it up lightly, for some reason this feels heavier than this. I don't know why. I was meant to do the outro. I'm confused. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is doing an outro. Yes, outro, not intro. And so these are pretty good cubes. They're not that good at the start, but once you start using them, they're really good. And it's smooth and buttery in a good way, and it's great cubes. That's all. Bye. Yeah, bye.
Please subscribe to my channel down below and smash that like button if you want more videos like this one. I will be looking at the comments for my next cube tutorial.